True friends are like stars. You can only recognize them when it's dark around you. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Placing Cindy Brunson. So Cindy Brunson is no longer there.
Another WNBA figure just lost their job for going after Caitlin Clark. Cindy Brunson, a Phoenix Mercury announcer, is out after pushing hate online against the rookie phenom. This isn't the first time we've seen this happen. Remember Cheryl Swoops, Kennedy Carter. The list keeps growing of people facing real consequences for targeting Clark.
We have now seen both Cindy Brunson, we saw Cheryl Swoops no longer being a play-by-play announcer.
Is there actually a WNBA task force cleaning house of Clark haters? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So the rumors are true. Cindy Brunson is officially out as the Phoenix Mercury announcer, and Caitlin Clark fans are having a field day on social media. The veteran broadcaster, who spent years calling Mercury games, has suddenly found herself on the outside looking in, and the timing couldn't be more suspicious.
Revealed a revamped 2025 local broadcast lineup without any mention of Cindy Brunson.
Let me tell you, Brunson wasn't your typical play-by-play announcer when it came to Clark. Game after game, viewers noticed how she'd subtly undermine the rookie's achievements. When Clark would hit a deep three, Brunson's excitement level would drop to 0. When she'd make an incredible assist, Brunson would immediately focus on the teammate who scored instead. It was so obvious that fans started creating compilation videos showing the stark difference in how she called Clark's plays versus other players. But here's where it gets really interesting. Brunson took her Clark criticism beyond the broadcast booth. She dropped these passive-aggressive comments on social media that fans picked up on immediately. One particularly damaging post suggested Clark was getting special treatment that other rookies never received. Another implied Clark's college success wouldn't translate to the pros because the women at this level are built different. Each comment alone might seem harmless, but together, they painted a clear picture. The Mercury broadcast booth basically became the headquarters for the anti-Clark movement. While other announcers around the league were marveling at Clark's court vision and shooting range, Brunson would focus on any mistake, any defensive lapse, any missed shot. Diana Taurasi could go 2 for 15, and Brunson would praise her veteran leadership. But Clark could drop 25 points with 10 assists, and Brunson would question her efficiency. The fan backlash was intense. Clips of Brunson's most biased calls started circulating online, racking up millions of views. The Mercury's social media posts were flooded with comments demanding change. Sponsors were getting tagged. It became impossible for the organization to ignore. So did she really lose her job because of her Clark criticism?
Ops are dropping. First Cheryl Swoops, now Cindy Brunson. Who else of the Hatelins got the axe this season?
All signs point to yes. The timing aligns perfectly with the height of the backlash. The Mercury never explicitly stated the reason, but they didn't have to. When a broadcaster consistently undermines the biggest star driving viewership to your league, business decisions get made pretty quickly. Brunson's recent Instagram activity tells the story of someone processing a major professional blow. Her cryptic Bob Marley quote about only knowing who your true friends are when the road gets dark.
Brunson, who formed the Mercury's first all-female booth in 2023, responded on social media with a Bob Marley quote.
Speaks volumes about how she's handling the situation. Turns out that dark road Brunson is walking, she's got plenty of company. Ever notice how everyone who's gone after Caitlin Clark publicly is mysteriously struggling career-wise? It's like the WNBA has decided that anyone threatening their new golden goose is getting shown the door faster than a player who fouls out.
True friends are like stars. You can only recognize them when it's dark around you. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
Take Cheryl Swoops, for example. Once a legend in the W, now she's struggling to find employment after her public criticism of Clark. Swoops is reportedly trying to land something with Gilbert Arenas, of all people. That's like going from the penthouse to the basement in one elevator drop.
As Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be. And I don't think it should be.
When you're a WNBA icon reduced to chasing opportunities with Gilbert Arenas, something has clearly gone sideways in your career. And remember Kennedy Carter? She was climbing the WNBA ladder until she started pushing anti-Clark content. Now she's desperately trying to rebuild her image by appearing on streamer podcasts. She's literally trying anything to stay relevant and essentially trying to erase what she did. The pattern couldn't be clearer if it had flashing neon lights around it. What makes Brunson's case different is the persistence. While others made one-off comments about Clark, Brunson created an entire ecosystem of negativity. Game after game, post after post.
Placing Cindy Brunson. So Cindy Brunson is no longer there.
It was like watching someone dig their own professional grave in real time. The consistency made it impossible for the Mercury to ignore once fans started connecting the dots. Speaking of fans, Clark's supporters aren't just celebrating these departures. They're actively creating the conditions for them. They're documenting every negative comment, organizing pressure campaigns, and holding Clark critics accountable with receipts ready to go.
Yet, as the dust settled on another banner year for women's basketball, some familiar voices on the sidelines quietly fell out of favor.
They're basically an unpaid HR department for the WNBA at this point. Why is the league responding so strongly? Simple, money talks. The WNBA is seeing record viewership and attendance numbers with Clark on the court. Some insiders are even suggesting there's an unofficial task force within the league specifically targeting the most vocal Clark critics. They're cleaning house to protect their investment, and can you blame them? When you finally strike gold after years of mining, you don't let anyone mess with your claim. Natalie Esquire might want to update her resume. According to sources, she's at the top of the hate list alongside Swoops for her consistent anti-Clark commentary. The writing's on the wall. She could be the next one scrambling for a new gig. What we're seeing is a full-scale shift in the WNBA's priorities. The message couldn't be clearer. Caitlin Clark represents the future, and the league isn't playing around with anyone who threatens that vision. This zero-tolerance policy isn't just speculation anymore. The evidence is piling up with each critic who suddenly finds themselves on the outside looking in. From announcers to players to commentators, the pattern speaks for itself. The WNBA is actively weeding out negativity toward their golden goose, even if they won't admit it publicly. For anyone working in women's basketball right now, the unspoken rule is simple: support Clark or start updating your resume.